here today is
Me.
Okay. We're about 5 seconds early today, but that's all right.
That's
Everybody's
okay.
tuned in. Oh, we already got 2 thumbs up on there. We appreciate that.
Hey,
Yeah.
this video.
Yeah, if you enjoy this video today, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. I think it's going to be on this side here for everywhere. Maybe it's down there. I don't know. Everything's backwards on our end.
You want to hit subscribe as well.
Everything's backwards on our end. Oh, wow. Oh, our special guest is watching it on her phone today as well. Which brings me to my next point. We have a special guest today. She's been in the comments every day that we've had this.
Yeah.
She's a loyal supporter of the channel.
Yeah.
She's the sister that did not burn my hand. Here she is, Megan.
Meg in the house.
Yes, welcome, Megan. Megan, we're happy to have you here today. Thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome sauce. All right, I'm going to put these in so I can hear what we're sounding like today. So the way this works is we're going to, thank you. Pat says woohoo that you're here today. Woo, not woohoo, just woo. They don't, wow, Megan, you're going to want to turn that.
Camila's watching.
Hi.
I don't know who you are, Camille, but thank you for watching.
Camila
Cabello. Okay. Well, all right. So the way this works is we're going to have the comments over here on the side. We're going to list our top 5 favorite of a certain topic. And we want to hear you guys' top 5 as well. So today we're going to put our top 5 favorite fast food restaurants. Now, the criteria on this is fast food restaurants that have a drive-through.
Yes.
So we all thought of ours today. We want to hear y'all's as well. And there is room for some honorable mentions. So while we're going to say our number 5, we're going to go from number 5 up to number 1. Be sure and list out your number 5 today as well. So starting out, Megan, since you are our guest today, what is your number 5 fast food restaurant?
So I'm not sure if it's really considered fast food, but I put Panera Bread.
Oh, I would consider that fast food.
Yeah. It has a drive-through.
Yeah.
So
definitely Panera Bread. I love their green tea. They
have really good salads.
Yeah, I usually like to get a sandwich and like some mac and cheese
The
or
half
something,
and half.
or like some soup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pat approves of that.
That's a good one.
Steak and Shake would be better on this list. You know, Steak and Shake is actually one. I'm actually going to add that to my honorable mentions, Chuck, because
And Pat said Checkers.
I forgot that has a drive-through. Oh, Checkers is good too, Pat.
I like their hot dogs.
Now, I would like to point out today that all the credit for this topic goes to Pat Cahill over here because he is the one who gave me the idea for this topic. He thought of this. We actually had this conversation the other day at work, but I figure
Kate
now.
said Panera also.
Katie said Panera as well. So I figure right now is good because a lot of us, since a lot of restaurants are closed on the inside, we're having to do a lot of drive-thrus and carry out and things like that. So that's where we're doing this topic today.
Maybe
so
we'll
hopefully,
inspire your next meal.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, your phone being there
know.
seems to be affecting the sound.
Is it?
Bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Is that better?
Okay.
I just can't see those comments over
All right,
there.
Annie, what's your number 5?
I went with Culver's.
Culver's. Ooh, Culver's is a nice
Might
choice
pop
there.
Up later.
They let
That's
we
the original
have good
idea
cheese
from
curds.
Pat. That's
I
awesome.
do love Culver's.
Culver's, of course, their cheese curds, yes. And Culver's has an original root beer there.
I do
And
love their root beer.
So I am normally when I go out to restaurants, if I'm not getting a beer or something like that, I get water. But if I go somewhere and they make their own root beer, I'd have to say I need to try it. All right, so you
Very
said
good.
Culver's.
I also love their concrete mixes.
Ooh,
and they have a
Culver's does
really
good ice cream.
They do have
spicy
really good
chicken
ice cream.
sandwich.
So I love Brahms
Very
in
comparable
Oklahoma,
to,
and
like,
I think if
Chick-fil-A.
you get outside of Oklahoma, Culver's is the
Mhm.
closest thing.
It's
to
just missing
Brahms.
that hometown
Yeah,
feeling.
I agree, and a whole shopping center on the other half. So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so my number 5 is going to be McDonald's, and the sole reason I put McDonald's in my top 5 is because of their breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
There's something nostalgic about going to McDonald's and getting a hot cakes and sausage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. At McDonald's lunch and dinner, I could care less for. Their fries are great, but
I like
the
their
sole reason for
spicy
McDonald's
chicken
breakfast is the reason they made my number 5. And
You like
when the McDonald's started
McDonald's
serving
fries?
breakfast all day,
Love
that's
Love
way to go, McDonald's. Chuck says that's a solid choice.
And Pat says, but they have the best sausage patty.
Ooh, they do. They
Yeah,
they actually
have
do.
a pretty good sausage.
If we're
patty.
talking about reasons to go to McDonald's, And their biscuits are good there too.
Mhm.
I'm
They
from
got
the
good
South. I know biscuits. We're all from the South. We know biscuits.
Okay, I'm taking one off.
Here you
You're
go.
gonna. Megan's making a couple changes.
I am.
Here. Okay. Pat says it has to be
We said
top 5.
biscuits.
It's the OG. I agree with you there, Rick.
Okay.
Charlie Hickman Band says solid choice. Charlie Hickman Band, just a random
Katie
question
said
here.
Subway. That's also a good one.
We're
I
not
do
to number
love-
4 yet.
I do like Subway.
Charlie Hickman Band, do you all have music videos on
YouTube.
your YouTube? You can answer that for us. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in today. If you guys have not seen the Charlie Hickman Band, be sure and look them up on Spotify, Apple Music. They're on everywhere where music can be streamed. They're a
Major
great
streaming
band.
services.
While you're stuck inside, maybe cleaning, whatever, put them on in the background. They are fantastic.
Mhm.
Band that's really going places. We can't wait to see what happens with this. Yeah, Katie, you are jumping the gun there.
Not like the
That's
Tiger
okay.
King. Not like
Tiger King is great. If you haven't watched Tiger
I
King, go
haven't
on and
seen
watch
it yet.
Tiger King. All right, let's move on to number 4. Megan, what's your
Meg.
number 4 restaurant?
Okay, so kind of, it was Whataburger.
Ooh,
Love the honey
Whataburger.
butter chicken biscuits, but kind of took Whataburger out. I moved Chick-fil-A to number 4. I think that's a pretty
Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A.
number 4.
Mhm.
Okay. I think Chick-fil-A is in all of our top 5 somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be. It's just so good.
Annie, so Chick-fil-A, what do you have, Annie?
For number 4, I went with Pins. It's a
Pens?
fried catfish. Allie, if you're on here, vouch for me, whatever side you're on. But they have the best fried catfish. And every year in the state fair, they would do chicken kebabs. They were so good.
Does this
It's
place?
catfish that has chicken kebabs.
Let's say, do you?
It's good, I
but they
promise.
have chicken kebabs.
Is catfish one of those things we want to trust in a drive-through?
Yes, it's so good.
Okay,
I
so I
trust
don't,
They're
I don't
so
know.
drive-through.
good. I promise.
Oh,
You guys
Jake
are-
is on today. Way to go. We do have a hashtag on here, Free Joe Exotic. I agree. I was actually telling Megan earlier she needs to watch Tiger King.
Mhm.
Tomorrow I may watch Tiger King again because it was
Not
that
in mine.
good.
Chick-fil-A might not even be top 3 chickens. Well, what is your top 3 chickens?
Okay, so this may be lead into my number 4, which is Chick-fil-A as well.
Mhm.
Solely because of Chick-fil-A sauce and the breading Chick-fil-A uses on their chicken.
Mhm.
There's other things Chick-fil-A has on the menu like chicken minis.
Mhm.
What's that lemon milkshake they have? The lemon, you know what I'm talking about? The frozen lemonade, but it's a
Ooh,
milkshake
yeah.
as well.
like
that
Have
too.
you
lemonade
had their
ice
frozen
cream?
coffee that they make with ice cream?
I have
No, I
not.
It's like
haven't, but
a-
I've heard it's really good.
This sounds
pretty good.
delicious.
They
It
also
is very
do. Chick-fil-A also has really great breakfast
Mhm.
as well,
Ooh.
and their iced coffee is really good. We
Oh,
appreciate the support.
Jake, we're glad you're at work. I hope anybody that work with you, be sure and get their top 5 fast food restaurants with a drive-thru. We want to know what everybody's opinion is
Mhm.
on
We have
this.
9 people watching.
Yeah, this is crazy for the. I mean, that's sad. Megan just drank a Corona with the lid on.
Where does Jar Jar?
It's just
eat?
you at work, Jake. Well, we appreciate you for watching. Okay, so Pat says breakfast is overrated at Chick-fil-A. Where do we stand on this?
What?
I think they have a good
Breakfast
breakfast.
is
I don't think it's as
overrated?
good as McDonald's.
Okay,
though.
yeah, but so that was my next
Mhm.
question. Would you go to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's for breakfast?
McDonald's. Their
I would-
breakfast
I would agree.
burritos are just
Now, so you're saying McDonald's for the breakfast burritos. See,
Mhm.
I'm saying McDonald's for the hotcakes and sausage or the McGriddles.
Mhm.
Those little pockets of syrup in there are delicious.
McDonald's.
What do you say? Will you
Ali
go-
said Pins is so good.
Wait. What about Pins?
Allie Faye says Pins.
Pins is so good. Thank you.
Pat thinks Pins sounds sketch.
Pins does sound sketch. I don't know. Something
You're
about
from
getting
New York.
catfish through a drive-through is just not. That's not.
It's so good.
I
Like a
feel like if
Bob's
I'm
at the
get-
fair.
Yeah, if I'm
It's
getting a
so
catfish, I
good.
want to sit down at this restaurant and enjoy it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So if Cock of the Walk had a drive-through,
Chuck, you're on here. Let's be honest. If we're from an Oklahoma had a drive-through catfish restaurant,
okay,
it
but this
probably
isn't
would
in
not be a
Oklahoma.
good
This is in
idea.
Mississippi.
Mm-mm.
Little Henny in the house talking about Allie there. It's because Allie never mind. I won't.
Pat
tell
says
that
New
story.
York has catfish.
Does New York have catfish? That's actually good to
Yeah,
know.
But Papaya Dog is also sketch, and we ate there many times.
If Papaya Dog had a drive-through, it would be on this list. Papaya Dog is a hot dog stand in New York where they have serve papaya juice with their hot dogs. And
And it is
Pat
very
told
good.
me about it, and it was delicious. Maryland has catfish too. That's good to know.
Oh, everywhere
Okay,
has
so Jake, let me ask you
Everywhere
this: does Maryland have drive-through crab restaurants? Yeah, they do have the best hot
They
dogs.
do
you're
have
right.
the best hot dogs.
All right, let's move on to number 3 then. Megan, what's your
Wait.
number 3?
So my number 3 is going to be Culver's.
Okay,
Love-
Culver's with
yeah,
the cheese
Culver's.
curds, the root beer. Okay,
Love Culver's.
okay,
I went with Popeyes for my number 3. They have
that's
the
interesting.
Popeyes.
they have the best dirty rice.
Dirty
Mhm.
rice. So we're coming
Yeah, the
from the
best
from the
dirty
Cajun
rice.
here. I don't know. Maybe your sister Allie Kaida
Allie,
will agree with you there.
help me out. Pants and Popeyes.
Pat says
Super good.
Zaxby's. I do love Zaxby's.
Ooh, Zaxby's is
Zaxby's
good.
is really
Okay,
good.
so let me
Okay.
ask the feed this here. Do we go Zaxby's or do we go Raising Cane's?
Zaxby's. I hate Cane's.
Oh, I love
Hey,
Raising Cane's.
See, I'm going to go Raising
It's
Cane's
just-
over Zaxby's.
Ah,
And if anything,
why don't you like Raising Cane's?
It's just no like
the
Zaxby's
breading at
has,
Raising
like,
Cane's makes the
more-
difference for me. Okay.
More like a
Jake
variety.
does have a point though here when he says Zaxby sauce is fire.
The
They do have a
Zax
good
sauce
Zaxby
is very
sauce.
good.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
gonna
take
agree.
Raising Cane's chicken with Zax sauce and put
And
it
Chuck
together.
just says 3. Pat says Zaxby's as well.
Kate says
Katie, for her number 3 is Brahms. Brahms is on my list. I'll get to that later. For those who aren't in the Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas kind of general area there, Brahms is a burger restaurant. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but it's delicious.
Chuck says Golden Chick. What is that?
golden chick.
Is that's a chicken restaurant? I have actually never ate a Golden Chick, but I think they have one in Stillwater. Yes, Chuck?
It's not a place of raisins.
Allie says
Raising
if y'all
Cane's.
haven't eaten, what did you say for your number 3? Allie says if y'all haven't eaten it, y'all shouldn't judge it. I promise. Now let me just say this: how Allie
dirty
would say,
rice?
if y'all haven't eaten it,
Stop.
y'all shouldn't be
Be
judging
nice
it.
to her.
I'm being nice. I think
It's
Allie
the
has
dir-
the sweetest little voice.
I love my sister. I love you,
Why
Allie.
am I called
Such a-
Little Annie? Because you're Annie's little sister. I'm speaking for Chuck there. Chuck, you'll have to answer that one.
Because of that one.
And Pat seems to think maybe Raising Cane's is a raisin restaurant.
It's a raisin restaurant. It's a chicken
Just-
restaurant. It's a lot like Zaxby's, but not.
Better. Actually,
Quite.
you know what? That does not have a drive-through, but there's a place in New Orleans if you're ever there called Willie's. They
Willie's
have it's a
Chicken
chicken.
Shack.
It's a chicken shack.
Raisin bagel.
They bake the honey into the biscuits there. And let me tell you, it's what dreams are made of.
Canes!
Okay, Chuck says, do yourself a favor and go eat at Golden Chick. It's great.
Shall
Where
be
is
done.
a Golden Chick?
We'll have to Google that there.
Mhm.
Canes is overrated.
Okay, Annie. Oh, my mom says there's one in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Oh.
So if anybody's ever in
Good.
Guthrie, Oklahoma, going
Wait,
to go
did you say
free
your
Joe
number 3?
Exotic. Be sure
Wait,
to
I
stop
said
at
my
a
number
Golden
3.
Chick.
My number 3 was Culver's.
And mine was Popeyes. What's yours?
My number 3 is Taco Bell. It fed me during the college program. I love their
Yeah.
quesadillas. It's great Mexican food, Tex-Mex food at a cheap price.
That's on my honorable
Strictly
mentions.
for their are you rethinking your life decisions now?
I left one out.
They got Baja Blasts. They have chicken
also
quesadillas.
have, if you've never had their power chicken bowl, that's also very good
Okay,
as well.
Charlie Hickman Band says Cane's is ass.
I agree.
Raising Cane's is better than Zaxby's.
It is.
It's not. It has more.
And Allie
Too
says
much chicken.
Cane's. Don Rubin says Cane's is overrated. And Pat says pretty sure they bake raisins into their chicken. So maybe for one of the days coming up, we need to get some Raising Cane's chicken.
Is there one
We
around
need to
Is
get
here?
some
there one?
Zaxby's chicken, and we need to have some
I don't think there's one
Chick-fil-A
around
chicken,
here.
and we need to do a blind taste test and see
Mhm.
which one reigns supreme. It'd be like Iron Chef, but just with chicken.
Pat said
restaurant.
y'all are no. Jake said y'all are high.
You know it's right there too, Megan.
I can't see that. I can see this.
Okay, well let's move on to number 2 then.
Okay.
Okay.
So I put Bojangles,
Oh,
but you said Taco Bell, Taco Mayo. Taco Mayo
It's an Oklahoma Mexican restaurant that has all the meth heads
Just-
that work there.
I can't see. What'd you say, Mom? It is out of business.
It
And
is.
I'm gonna
It went out of business in
whenever
Oklahoma, where we're
I-
from.
win the lottery. I'm putting in another Taco Mayo, and
They had these things called locos.
Which are
That-
just fancy tater tots with
It's
a
tater
seasoning.
tots with what tastes like Tony
Seasoning.
Chachere's on it.
it's not Tony Satcher.
It tastes like it.
It's just so good.
Um,
Burritos are so good.
So, funny story. Last year, Megan and I were driving back from Oklahoma down here to Florida, and we were in Bojangles,
Mm-hmm.
and this lady didn't have any teeth. Went in, pulled out a pan of biscuits, looked me dead in the eye, and said, "Hot Bo biscuits down." And I guess she was telling it to the restaurant, but I said, "Are you telling me this?" Because she looked at me and she said, "No, the restaurant." So every time I think of Bojangles now, I think of this toothless lady telling me, "Hot Bo biscuits down." And
Oh,
I'm sure
man.
that's what Megan thinks about every time now too. But
Okay.
Allie said Taco Bell wouldn't make her top
It's
five.
not
well,
my
Allie,
top
you're
five
high,
either,
okay?
But be nice to her.
Pat said Wendy's Frosties.
Ooh,
Wendy's
Frosties
Frosties
are
are
good.
good.
But let's be honest, to all my people watching out there that did the college program, let's be honest, Taco Bell got us through those late nights in the college program. And I think I'm just speaking to Pat and Jake, maybe Betsy if she's watching. I don't know if she hasn't tuned in yet. We need to call her up and see if she's going to be watching today.
Ironically, my number 2 is Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
Well, we already had it.
Which we've already
discussion
had
about.
our discussion about it. It's still superior.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say my number 2 here, and I feel like everybody is gonna be like, "Man, I wish I would have put this one in my top 5." Panda Express. Panda Express because they have orange chicken. They have the walnut, the honey walnut shrimp.
The honey walnut shrimp is pretty
Let's
good.
be honest.
I still wouldn't put it in my top 5.
No,
but
that's like number
it would.
12.
It's in my. I would put it in my honorable.
So
mention.
Pat says Allie can leave the chat now because
Payway is
Taco
not-
Bell is the top
I don't
percent.
like Payway.
Top 5. Jake says truth. Boo. Shirley Hickman Ben says Taco Bell is the most versatile fast food. I do agree with you there. And then but Jake says Payway is better. I think
don't agree with.
Panda, but does Payway have a drive-through? Is my question. I don't know if I've ever seen a Payway. I love their Taiwan Wonton soup at Payway, but I don't know that I've ever seen a Payway with a drive-through. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
No, I think the one down there has, the one
So-
in Winter Garden Village
Jake
has
says
a
that
drive-through.
they do.
Okay, so if they do, so if you will put that instead, that would be
I
fair.
think the one in Winter Garden Village has
Pat's-
a drive-through.
Pat says Panda Express is only good in bulk, not fast food. So I guess he means when they pay out.
Payway is good in bulk, or Panda?
No, Panda's good in bulk because we get them for our meetings and
Not
stuff like that at work. And
I will say I wish they would. Whenever you get like the bowl from and like in the drive-through, they put the rice and then the chicken or whatever you get on top of
you're
it.
talking about Panda?
Yeah, and I wish they would put it in 2 separate
Mhm.
containers because I like my rice. and
Yeah,
then I
Pat's
like-
talking about Panda. The Chuck says Panda makes his top 5. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, Panda Express is up there for me. But we had to quit going to Panda Express because every time we'd walk in, the people
They
would
would
already
say "Welcome back."
they would already know our orders. So we thought maybe that's
It
a
was
sign we're
really
eating
bad.
out a little too much. So we've kind of laid off. Hey, if you haven't noticed, I said this on the first vlog. Facial hair is coming in nicely. If I could just get it to grow here and
Which
here.
it has grown in. It's not as patchy right there.
Mhm.
Annie doesn't like it, but let's be honest. I think if it grows in here and here, we may be having a little baby named Corona, if you know what I mean. So,
That's not accurate.
all right. So,
You don't
what
need
does
to
everybody
worry about
else have for their number? What does everybody else have for their number 2?
Mom, what's your number 2?
This.
Okay.
Great conversation.
Allie says Panda Express is so good. Pat says Panda.
Is Kate
Yeah.
still on?
Panda is one of those things.
Katie?
Yeah. So last time Chuck came down, he ate Panda down here, and it was right before his flight, and he threw up big time. Ooh, Jake says Church's Chicken. Hey, you remember
That-
Charlie's Chicken?
Yeah.
We used to have a Charlie's
Charlie's Chicken
Chicken
was
back
really
then.
good.
No, it's barbecue and foot
So I think
massage.
Charlie's Chicken is similar to Church's Chicken. What we have too.
Oh, her
My
number two is
sister,
Brahms.
my twin sister, who burnt my hand, Katie, said her number 2 is Brahms.
And today she smashed his finger in the door.
And the
She
door.
did.
She's not
So
even
my
here.
sister
So
called me
much
today.
she's-
Look at this. Smashed my finger in the door. You see, that's where it was bleeding underneath my nail. Yeah.
Betsy says she's here. Sorry. And Katie said JK Chick-fil-A is her number 2. And Pat's calling Betsy out late.
Oh, you are late, Betsy. And so, okay,
That's
so
okay.
if you're tuning in late, be sure to hit that like button. Let us know if you're enjoying this video. Subscribe if you're new here. We're doing these every day at 5:30. Well, today we're ranking our top 5 favorite fast food restaurants.
Or anywhere with a
And
drive-through.
the criteria is with a drive-through. Because with the corona, a lot of the places that you normally eat inside are only doing takeout or drive-through right now. So we want to put these in here as well.
No,
Betsy, we
Betsy,
don't want you to leave.
leave.
We want you to stay
We
here.
love you.
Okay, so
Come
what are our number 1 now? Megan,
Brahms.
Brahms.
Hands down, Brahms.
Okay, Annie,
How about you go?
go ahead.
I said Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A for her. So why Chick-fil-A is your number 1?
Mostly because of the sweet tea. Chick-fil-A has the best sweet tea in the entire world. And so that kind of like sets it above. And plus it's also the Lord's chicken.
Okay, Pat's saying Taco Bell for his number 1.
Taco.
And he's spelling it out. Great
I
big
think
there.
he's spelling out taco.
Okay,
mayo.
Pat, you need an E, L, and an L now. There we go.
Pat doesn't know how to
All right,
spell.
so
It's fine.
if you're with us here in the comments, please put your favorite fast food restaurant as well. We would love to have it put in there. Ooh, my sister
Nafis.
says Nafis, which is a local place. Only you can find it in
Honorable
Cushing,
mention.
Oklahoma. They have great tabbouleh. If you don't know what tabbouleh is, look it up.
Mhm.
Probably
they
won't
have
look as
the
good as
best
what it is
turkey
there.
and wheat sandwich there.
Jake said Church's Chicken, though. But I think you put that first number 2. So
Ooh,
Sonic is an
Sonic.
Sonic is America's
Uh,
number 1 drive-in.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Drive-through.
so where we grew up, there was a rumor in high school that somebody pooped in the chili at Sonic, and then the next week they came up with the brown bag special.
I
So
still eat
ever
it.
since then, I've been a little
Still-
sketchy on
I
eating at
still eat
Sonic.
like
See, growing up for us,
there was
there
no tomorrow.
was a rumor that someone cut off their thumb and it landed in the Wendy's chili.
Oh, that was
Really, that
actually
was-
a true story, though. That actually
Was
did
it?
happen somewhere where
Oh.
somebody's
Wendy's
thumb was
chili.
in the Wendy's
I still
chili.
eat Wendy's chili to this day.
And we didn't eat there for a while. But I would eat there now.
Okay, so Jake said
Oh, wait a
Church's.
minute.
What's
None of
his
us
number
mentioned
1?
Arby's.
Jake, is Church's of Baltimore?
Arby's
Did that
is good
originate in
too.
Baltimore, or is that just one of your favorite fast foods? Okay, so Britt and Chuck
And Joseph's,
said
they
that theirs
Joseph's.
second was Nafis, which is Katie's first. And Joseph's, they deliver now. But do they have a drive-through, Chuck, is my question. And just your favorite is Church's Chicken, Jake says. So, okay. So
What's your
I'm going to
number
say
one?
my number 1 is going to be Brahms with Megan here. And if you've never been to Brahms, if you're ever in the Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, I think they have some locations in Missouri and Arkansas as well. Please swing by. It's a half grocery store, half burger restaurant. And they only do them within like a certain radius of the farm in Oklahoma. So everything is fresh there. They have the best burgers. They make their own ice cream there. It is like is a place like you've never been, and the food is so good. They got a bunch of high school kids working there, so your order's probably going to get screwed up.
Mhm.
But even
It's
when it gets
fine.
screwed up, it's still good.
It's still good.
So if you're ever in the Oklahoma area, please go eat Brahms.
We can go to Rachel's after.
Let's see, where am I at here? I heard a rumor Olive Garden. So Pat says he heard a rumor about Olive Garden in the offering. Jake says the only churches around us is over on OBT. That's a sketchy part of town. I don't think churches is worth that.
There is a place on OBT though called Art Sandwich
Ooh.
Shop.
Megan, Chuck makes a good point. Does Rip Crib have a drive-through? I
Rip
think they
Crib
just
does-
have carry-out.
Yeah, Rip
No,
Crib
but
does
there's
not
one in
have a
Tulsa,
drive-thru.
Oklahoma, I think that has a drive-through. So Megan, that might make your list somehow because Megan loves Rib Crib.
Betsy says 1 Taco Bell, 2 Culver's, 3
Pat says-
Chipotle,
Pat says that church is too far. We can go to
4
Rachel's
Panera,
after.
and
I don't
5
think Rachel's is
and
open
out.
with this coronavirus outbreak. So maybe they're doing
I know
hand.
some girls who work there.
Yeah, well,
The class.
I saw in Vegas the strip clubs there were doing
hand sanitizer,
hand sanitizer wrestling. So maybe
Oh.
Rachel's will do the same.
Have to be
Let's see.
Cane's.
So Betsy says her number 1 is Taco Bell. Wow. Okay, so I think Taco Bell was my number 3. Did Taco Bell make anybody else's list? Okay.
No, not my top
I
5.
just eat it to
And
fill
my,
the void of Taco Mayo. honestly.
Allie says number 1 would be Raising Cane's.
Okay. Chipotle does have a drive-through now,
the
Pat. The very first one was actually
is
about a
in
mile and a half
Margaritaville.
over by our house. It was one next to Margaritaville, between Margaritaville and the Target. So it's one of the first Chipotles with a
With the drive-through.
Jake's watching
True.
still. He's driving home. Don't text and drive, Jake. Just be
careful.
safe. Listen to us. We know
Chipotle.
Chipotle. What am I saying?
Churches.
Churches is your favorite. Number 1. Okay. So let's go to our honorable mentions now. Megan, what do you have for your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions were McDonald's, Popeyes, and I just mentioned it, Arts down on OBT. Jack Black goes there often.
They have a drive-through?
Yeah, it has a drive-through.
What is it?
Wow.
It's like a little like mom and pop sandwich shop, and they have really good Phillies.
So it's a deli.
Yeah, you can call it a deli. Yeah. We're getting fancy at deli.
Okay.
And they have just really good sandwiches. Jack Black's pictures everywhere.
Okay.
It's cool. Also, no, Wawa's not a drive-through.
Wawa's not a drive-through. Well, you know what? It's a
I do
gas
love
station, so
Wawa.
maybe we can count it. What do you have? Just Wawa for their hoagies?
Yeah, for their
Yeah.
hoodies.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
if we're, can we
So
also
let's
consider
just go to the.
Publix? If we're
What?
considering Wawa, can we
No, I don't think we can consider
Publix?
Publix. Wawa's a gas station.
Mhm.
Publix is just it's a store. So let's go to the comments for a second. Let's see. Pat says honorable
Dunkin'?
mention Dunkin' and Dairy
Dairy
Queen.
Queen.
I respect that. And Betsy says honorable mention KFC and McDonald's.
Okay,
Okay.
so Dickie's Barbecue.
Does Dickie's Barbecue have a drive-through? That's my question there.
I'm sure
'Cause
some of them
Dickie's, I've had
probably
Dickie's
do.
before. Dickie's is good. Annie, what's your honorable mentions?
I just have 2. I put Taco Bell and In-N-Out.
Taco Bell and In-N-Out. Both are great. We've talked about Taco Bell, the reasons why we all love Taco Bell.
Mhm.
In-N-Out is delicious. They have the animal style fries.
Although
The fries
I
are
really,
fresh there, and it's fresh ingredients there. And they're the kind of the same story as Brahms. It's all within a certain radius of a farm, so
Yeah.
you know you're getting fresh ingredients.
fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
I like the animal style fries just without the onions on it.
So see, I love the
So,
onions,
not
the fried
animal
onions
style
on there as well.
fries,
Megan's
just-
never had In-N-Out.
Never had In-N-Out.
But she's thinking about going to California later this year, so maybe she'll finally have
Maybe
it.
if this Corona ever fares up.
Okay, let's see. Britt said her honorable mention is Taco Cabana. Taco Cabana is a Oklahoma. I think Texas has them too. It's kind of like a Taco Bell, but it's very fresh, very good. Taco Cabana did not make my honorable mentions, but if I would have thought of that, it would have. Good choice, Britt. Let's see. 11. Why no, Pat? What is this?
Is there any good drive?
This is
Does
crazy.
Four
Like I
Rivers
said,
have a drive-thru?
if you're joining it,
What?
Four
Does Four
Rivers
Rivers
does have
have
a
it?
drive-through.
Oh.
Would that make your honorable mentions?
Yeah, it
Four
would.
Rivers is
I
good.
I
love
would make
Four
my
Rivers.
honorable mentions.
Four Rivers would make my honorable mentions. If you're new, if you're just tuning in, go ahead and hit that like button. We're trying to boost up our likes. Subscribe. We do this every day at 5:30. Okay, so my honorable mentions are going to be Pizza Hut because of their stuffed crust. I love Pizza Hut stuffed crust. And then my
Oh,
second is going to be In-N-Out because their animal style fries, their burgers are meaty, and it
Burgers are
is delicious. I love a good meaty burger. All right, what's everybody else's honorable mentions? We want to know. We're going to be wrapping this up here pretty soon. Or if you didn't get a restaurant in that you wanted to mention, go ahead and mention that restaurant now that has a drive-thru that you think should have been included in one of our lists. Because let's be honest, we're all hungry. It's dinner time. We want to know where to go eat for dinner. Let's check the comments now. Are pizza chains fast food? I would consider Pizza Hut fast
Mhm.
food, mostly because you've seen them paired
Freddy's
up with
custard and steak burger.
with
Mhm.
Pizza Huts. Freddy's custard and steak burgers. Yes. No,
one
their
said Burger
shoestring
King.
their shoestring fries are good. Well, Burger King I don't think is anybody's top 5.
Yeah.
I don't like
Wendy's
Burger King.
could be up there, I'm sure, in somebody's
Wendy's with the
honorable
4
mention
for
because they
$4.
have the 4 for $4, the Baconator.
The first
And the
time I met
Frosties.
Jake, remember that night?
No.
We picked him up, and I think he probably had a little bit too much to drink, but he was like, I want a Baconator. And he was wanting us to take him to Wendy's to get a Baconator. Jake, do you remember this? This was like
Jake is driving. Don't ask him to
This
respond
was
to that right now. Mention it in the
probably
comments afterwards.
4 years
Jake.
ago.
This has been 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We've been here 5 years. Let's see. Who else do we got? Katie said Freddy's as well. Pat says, personally, I can't consider them fast food. Pizza is more fast casual. Okay, we're going to count them for today, though, but I do see the tracker going on there. That's why it didn't make my top 5. That's why it only made an honorable mention. But I do agree with you there, Rick. Okay, what else do we have?
Let's see.
But there's a lot of places that could have made the list that didn't. For example,
would Pollo Tropical make your honorable mentions?
Pollo Tropical would not make my honorable mentions. I do enjoy their mac and cheese, though.
I'm not really a big Pollo
No.
Tropical gal. It's
No.
like not one of those that.
I'm just trying to think of all the places like around here that have a
Mhm.
drive-through.
Yeah, no. I think the places we listed are the ones that we would have. All right, so
It's good if you're like, that's like the only thing around.
Mhm.
That's like a last resort place.
yeah, but yeah. So let me just call out somebody just really fast though, if they will answer.
They're gonna answer.
But did anybody else have anything else before we put?
Allie said
before-
Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah, has her favorite.
All right, I just
pizza.
want to call somebody out real fast. This is Betsy Moss, right here. She's not showing her
I'm not
face,
showing my face. Why? Why?
but she was late on the vlog today. We just want to call her out for that. Oh, she hung up the phone.
Oh
okay.
man.
Allie, Domino's would not be my top, but maybe this is a conversation for another day or pizza
Does
restaurant.
Domino's have a drive-through? It does have a drive-through. You're right. It does.
All right. Well, I think that could probably end the conversation for today. So you know our list. We're going to be in the comments a little bit after the show today. So if you want to keep commenting, please let us
Hang
know.
out. Say hi.
Tomorrow, we're going to have a special
Uh-huh.
Christmas edition of Stuck Inside Day 7. So we're going to rank our top 5 favorite Christmas movies tomorrow. So be sure, tune in. We're going to have a special Christmas show tomorrow. And we would love to have everybody join in tomorrow. Invite your friends.
The South
them
is
in here.
weird. You're not wrong.
What'd they say?
Pat said, I've
The
never
South is
seen a
weird.
pizza drive-through. The South is weird.
South is.
Oh, we had them in Oklahoma. Our pizza Hut had
Well, I know how the
And
drive-through
Mazio's.
Yeah.
Mazio's.
back home, probably the one that Allie's talking about, is you would call ahead and order your pizza, and instead of going inside to get it, you would just go through the drive-through.
So like I said, join us tomorrow. We're going to have our Christmas episode tomorrow. And that's another great idea. Thank you to Pat, Rick Cahill there. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to it. You just click on his name over on the comments. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed it today. We're trying to get those likes really put in there. And,
Give us a
and
thumbs
we
up
got
if you
lots
like
of
our
good
channel.
stuff coming out
Give us a
throughout this year. So give us a thumbs up.
It's funny. Bye.
And that's all we got today. Anything else? Thank you to our special guest, Megan, for
Thanks,
joining us
Meg.
today. Hopefully we'll have another one tomorrow. And Annie, do you have anything else?
Nope.
I don't. So
Just
that's all we
stay
have
safe,
for
guys.
today. So be sure to wash your hands and brush your teeth. Because if we have to tell you to wash your hands, you probably aren't brushing your teeth either. So thank you all for joining us and have a fantastic day.